Hi, I'm Zara. I never thought getting into medical school would almost cost me everything, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I was sitting at the kitchen table when the acceptance email came through. My hands were shaking as I opened it on my phone. Oh my God, I whispered. My stepbrother Marcus looked up from his video game. What? I got in. Johns Hopkins, full scholarship. He went back to his game without a word. Typical Marcus, 22 years old, dropped out of community college last semester, and living rent-free in my dad's house. My dad walked in, still in his work clothes. What's all the excitement? Dad, I got accepted to Hopkins, medical school. His face lit up. Zara, that's incredible. I'm so proud of you. He pulled me into a hug. We need to celebrate. Where's Patricia? Grocery store, Marcus muttered. 20 minutes later, my stepmother Patricia walked through the door with shopping bags. The moment she saw my face, her expression hardened. What happened? She asked, her voice flat. Zara got into Johns Hopkins Medical School, my dad said, beaming. Full scholarship. Patricia set down the bags slowly. Medical school. Yeah, can you believe it? All that studying paid off. That's nice. She turned to Marcus. Did you call about that job today? Marcus didn't look up. They weren't hiring. You didn't call, did you? Patricia's voice rose. You just sat here playing games all day. Mom, chill. Don't tell me to chill. Your stepsister gets into some fancy school while you can't even fill out a job application. My dad stepped forward. Patricia, this isn't about Marcus. This is Zara's moment. Right. It's always about Zara, isn't it? Patricia's face was flushed. Perfect Zara with her perfect grades. Meanwhile, my son is struggling and nobody cares. I care, my dad said. But Marcus needs to take responsibility. Responsibility? You mean like how you take responsibility for making him feel like a failure in his own home? I tried to diffuse the situation. Patricia, I didn't mean to... You didn't mean to what? Show off? Rub it in my son's face that you're better than him? I'm not better than anyone. I just worked hard. Worked hard? She laughed bitterly. Marcus worked hard too, but he didn't have everything handed to him like you did. My dad's jaw clenched. Patricia, that's enough. Zara earned this. Of course you'd defend her. You always do. Patricia grabbed her purse. I need air. She stormed toward the door, but then stopped and turned back. Her eyes were on me, cold and calculating. You think you're so special, don't you? I don't think... All those years looking down on Marcus, making him feel worthless. And now this. My dad moved between us. Patricia, you're being unreasonable. Unreasonable? Her voice cracked. My son dropped out because he was depressed, and she's celebrating like she won the lottery. I'm sorry Marcus is struggling, I said carefully. But my acceptance doesn't have anything to do with... Everything is about you! Patricia screamed. She lunged forward and my dad tried to grab her arm, but she was too fast. She shoved me hard. I stumbled backward, throwing my arm out to catch myself against the counter. There was a sickening crack, and white-hot pain exploded through my left forearm. I screamed. What did you do? My dad shouted. Patricia's face went pale. I didn't. She fell. You pushed her! My dad was already pulling out his phone. Don't move, Zara. I'm calling 911. Marcus finally looked up from his game, his face blank with shock. It was an accident, Patricia whispered. But her eyes told a different story. Through the haze of pain, I knew. This was no accident. The emergency room doctor confirmed what I already knew. My radius was fractured clean through. You'll need surgery, Dr. Martinez said, examining the x-rays. The break is displaced. How did this happen? I hesitated. My dad answered for me. Her stepmother pushed her during an argument. Dr. Martinez's expression changed. I see. I'll need to document this. Are you safe at home? She won't be going back there, my dad said firmly. The police came while I was in pre-op. Officer Williams was a woman in her 40s with kind eyes and a no-nonsense attitude. Can you tell me exactly what happened, Zara? I recounted the evening, trying to keep my voice steady despite the pain medication making me drowsy. Did she intend to hurt you? Yes, I said. She was angry that I got into medical school while her son dropped out. She said I was rubbing it in his face. Did anyone else witness this? My father and my stepbrother. We'll need to speak with them. Officer Williams made notes. Your father mentioned this isn't the first incident of aggression. My dad spoke up from the corner. Patricia's been increasingly hostile towards Zara. Verbal abuse mostly, comparing her to Marcus, making her feel guilty for succeeding. But it's been escalating. Why didn't you report it before? My dad looked ashamed. I thought I could handle it. Thought it would blow over. I was wrong. After surgery, I stayed with my best friend Riley and her mom, Diane. Riley had been my friend since kindergarten, and when she heard what happened, she insisted I come stay with them. How's the arm? Riley asked, bringing me tea the next morning. Hurts, but the doctor said it should heal fine in about 8 weeks. 8 weeks, Riley repeated. Right before medical school orientation. I hadn't even thought about that. Oh God, what if I can't? Stop. You'll be fine. You're the toughest person I know. Riley sat beside me. But we need to talk about what happens next. The police are investigating. I mean, with Patricia. You're pressing charges, right? I don't know. Dad's worried about... Worried about what? That woman broke your arm, Zara. She assaulted you. Diane knocked and entered. Sorry to interrupt. Zara, your father's here. My dad looked like he'd aged 10 years overnight. He sat across from me, his hands clasped. How are you feeling? Like my stepmother broke my arm. He flinched. I'm so sorry. I should have protected you better. What happens now? Patricia's staying with her sister. She's trying to claim it was an accident. Says you slipped and she was trying to catch you. Riley snorted. That's garbage. I know, my dad said. But Marcus is backing her up. My stomach dropped. What? He told the police you lost your balance and fell. Said Patricia was trying to help. He's lying! Riley's voice rose. He saw the whole thing! He's protecting his mother, my dad said quietly. I've already given my statement. I told them exactly what I saw. Patricia deliberately pushed you. So it's your word against theirs? Not quite. My dad pulled out his phone. Remember Dr. Chen from next door? He was doing yard work when it happened. His window faces our kitchen. He saw everything. Dr. Chen saw it? Hope flickered in my chest. He already gave a statement to the police. Patricia pushed you. No question about it. Riley squeezed my hand. Then you have witnesses. You have evidence. You can nail her. But she's still Marcus's mother, I said. If I press charges... Then she faces consequences for what she did, my dad interrupted. Zara, I love you. You're my daughter. And I won't let anyone hurt you, not even my wife. Ex-wife, Diane corrected gently. You did file for divorce, didn't you, David? My dad nodded. First thing this morning. 3 days later, Patricia requested a meeting at the house. The police allowed it with Officer Williams present. I walked in with my arm in a cast, Riley beside me for support. Patricia sat on the couch next to Marcus, looking smaller than I remembered. Zara, Patricia started, her voice trembling. I'm so glad you came. We need to talk about what happened. You mean when you broke my arm? She flinched. It wasn't like that. I was upset, yes, but I never meant to hurt you. You pushed me. My voice was steady, cold. You pushed me because you were angry I got into medical school. I was having a moment. I just found out Marcus lost another job opportunity. I didn't lose it, Marcus interjected. I just didn't get it. Patricia shot him a look before turning back to me. I've been under so much stress. Marcus's struggles, money problems, your father's constant criticism. Don't blame Dad for this, I said. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm trying to explain. Patricia's composure cracked. You have no idea what it's like watching my son suffer while you succeed at everything. That's not my fault. I know that. That's what I'm trying to say. She leaned forward. I made a terrible mistake. But you're okay, right? I mean, it'll heal? Officer Williams shifted in her chair but remained silent. observing. "It'll heal in 8 weeks," I said. "Just in time for medical school orientation. If the surgery hadn't gone well, I could have lost function in my hand. My career could have been over before it started." Patricia's face paled. "But it didn't. That's what matters, right? You're going to be fine." "That doesn't excuse what you did." I know. That's why I'm apologizing." Patricia's voice rose. "I'm sorry, Zara. I'm truly deeply sorry. I'll do anything to make this right. Therapy, anger management, whatever you want. Just, please don't press charges." "Why shouldn't I?" "Because I'm Marcus's mother. If I go to jail, what happens to him?" Marcus finally spoke. "Zara, come on. Mom said she's sorry. Can't we just move past this?" "Move past this?" Riley's voice was sharp. "She assaulted Zara. She could have permanently damaged her arm." "It was an accident," Marcus insisted. "She didn't mean—" "You're still lying," I said. "You saw what happened. You saw her push me on purpose. I saw you slip—" "Stop!" My dad's voice cut through. "Marcus, I was there. Dr. Chen was there. We both saw your mother deliberately push Zara. Stop protecting her." Marcus's jaw set stubbornly. "Dr. Chen must be confused. He's like 80 years old. He's 62 and sharper than you," my dad said. "And he has no reason to lie." Patricia stood up, tears streaming down her face. "Please, Zara, I'm begging you. I'll leave town if you want. I'll stay away from you forever. Just don't send me to jail. I can't go to jail." "You should have thought about that before you assaulted a 21-year-old woman," Officer Williams said quietly. Patricia whirled on her. "This is a family matter. We can handle this ourselves." "You committed assault causing bodily injury," Officer Williams replied. "That's a criminal matter, not a family disagreement." "But I apologized." "An apology doesn't erase a crime," I said. "You broke my arm because you couldn't handle your jealousy. You've spent years making me feel guilty for achieving things. You've tried to make me smaller so Marcus would seem bigger." "That's not true." "It is true. You've called me selfish, stuck up, and privileged. You've made snide comments about my grades, my scholarship applications, my college acceptance. And when I finally achieved my biggest dream, you couldn't stand it." Patricia's tears turned to anger. "You're right. You want to know the truth? I can't stand watching you succeed while my son fails. Every time you accomplish something, it's like a knife in my heart. You don't deserve everything you have." "There it is," Riley said. "The real Patricia." Patricia realized what she'd admitted. "No, wait. I didn't mean—" "You meant every word," I said. "And now you'll face the consequences." Patricia's expression changed, hardening. "If you do this, you'll regret it." Officer Williams stood. "Was that a threat, Mrs. Hayes?" "It's the truth. You send me to jail, and I'll make sure everyone knows what a vindictive, ungrateful little—" "Patricia!" My dad stepped between us. "Stop talking, right now." She shoved him aside. "Get away from me. This is your fault, too. You turned my own son against me with your precious, perfect daughter." "Mom, calm down," Marcus said nervously. "Don't tell me to calm down," Patricia screamed. She grabbed a lamp and hurled it at the wall. "You want me to pay? Fine, but you'll pay too, all of you." Officer Williams reached for her radio. "I need backup at—" Patricia lunged at me. My dad and Officer Williams grabbed her, forcing her to the ground as she screamed obscenities. Within minutes, more police arrived. They handcuffed Patricia, still struggling and shouting threats. "You'll regret this, Zara. I'll make sure of it." Marcus stood frozen, watching as they led his mother away. The trial took 4 months. Patricia was charged with second-degree assault and making criminal threats. I sat in the courthouse with my dad, Riley, and Diane. Dr. Chen testified about what he witnessed. The surgeon testified about the severity of my injury. My dad described Patricia's escalating hostility. Patricia's lawyer tried to paint me as a spoiled child who provoked a stressed mother. But the evidence was overwhelming. The jury deliberated for 3 hours. "Guilty on all counts," the forewoman announced. Patricia's face crumpled. Marcus, sitting behind her, dropped his head into his hands. The judge sentenced Patricia to 18 months in jail, followed by 3 years probation and mandatory anger management. This court does not tolerate violence against children, the judge said. The defendant's actions were calculated and cruel. She will serve the full sentence. Outside the courthouse, Marcus approached me. Happy now? His voice was bitter. You got what you wanted. My mom's going to jail. I wanted her to take responsibility, I said. She never did. She apologized. She apologized to avoid consequences. Not because she was sorry. I looked at him directly. You lied for her, Marcus. You watched her break my arm and lied to the police. He looked away. She's my mom. And I could have been your sister. But you chose her lies over the truth. What was I supposed to do? The right thing. I turned to leave, then stopped. For what it's worth, I hope you figure your life out. But we're done. Don't contact me again. 6 weeks later, I was in my apartment near Johns Hopkins, preparing for orientation. My arm had healed perfectly. The surgeon said I'd have full function. Riley helped me unpack boxes in my tiny studio. How does it feel? Medical student Zara? I smiled. Surreal. Good, surreal. You deserve this, after everything you've been through. My phone buzzed. An unknown number. I answered cautiously. Zara, it's Marcus? I sighed. I told you not to contact me. I know, but Mom's been asking me to call you. She wants to talk. I have nothing to say to her. She's different now. Prison changed her. She's getting help, going to therapy. Good for her. But that doesn't change what she did. She wants to apologize. For real this time. She had plenty of chances to apologize sincerely. She chose to make excuses and threaten me instead. Can't you just give her one more chance? She's my mom. And that's exactly why I can't forgive her, Marcus. Because to you, she'll always be your mom first. To me, she'll always be the woman who broke my arm because she hated seeing me succeed. I kept my voice firm. Tell Patricia this. I don't forgive her. I don't want her apology. I want her to stay out of my life permanently. You're really that cold? I'm that done. I ended the call and blocked the number. Riley gave me a sympathetic look. You okay? Yeah. Actually, I am. I looked around my apartment, my fresh start. I spent too long letting Patricia make me feel guilty for being successful. I'm not doing that anymore. Good. Because you're going to be an amazing doctor. My dad called later that evening. Hey, sweetheart. How's the unpacking? Almost done. Riley's been helping. That's great. He paused. Marcus called me. Said you wouldn't talk to Patricia. I won't. And I need you to respect that boundary. I do. I just wanted to make sure you're okay with your decision. I am. I'm more than okay. I'm finally free. I'm proud of you, Zara. Not just for getting into medical school, but for standing up for yourself. Thanks, Dad. I learned from the best. After we hung up, I stood by my window looking out at the campus. My arm still ached sometimes, a reminder of what I'd survived. But I'd survived, and I'd won. Not by forgiving Patricia or giving her another chance, but by refusing to let her violence define my future. Medical school started in 3 days. My dream was beginning. And Patricia, she was exactly where she belonged. So what do you think? Have you ever had someone try to tear you down because they couldn't handle your success? How did you deal with it? Drop a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories of standing up to toxic people.